going kind of into this.
Yeah. Every time we rev it, a bunch comes out right there.
Yes.
Okay, we found
ready.
the leak. Let me see if I can zoom in here enough. We have to get the light just perfect and the focus. We're going to back it out. So that, I believe, it's hard to see, but I believe that is I think that's the intake gasket, because the intake gasket comes in like a V, like that, and it's right at the bottom of that. But that's also, the head gasket kind of goes like that. And it's kind of like in the middle of the V between the head gasket and the intake gasket. Since all the stuff on the front of the motor is pretty much taken off, I know we got a bunch of stuff back here. Bo's not feeling good right now, so I'm just trying to do a few things. I took that one out, and I'm like looking for the ones in the back, and I saw that one, and that one, but I think that's like if you were going to take these coil packs off, like the front one would be that one, and that one. So, but I want this metal, this aluminum plate. I want the whole thing. So if you go farther back, and I'm way back in behind here now. Where is it? Way down here. Oh my gosh. There's this like standoff thing, and then there's another one over here somewhere. But guys, that is, let me show you how far down that is. That's like ridiculously far down there. That's like, here's my hand. Okay, there's the cowling. There's the depth of my pinky. That's just right here at the coil. Now, that thing was well below this. It's like two hand lengths down there. So, gosh, I don't know. That's so far in there. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, but I guess we'll see. Okay, well, since I cannot get on that bolt no matter how hard I try, I'm going to take the 3 bolts up here off. I'm on that 3rd one, and this is what I got. Just a bendy, whatchamacallit there, and then it's like a 5mm, I think. Let me see, it's super tiny. 5.5mm. That's how small those are, but you can see it's coming up there. So I got the 3 on this side now. I believe there's also 3 on the back side. Okay, using a flex deal and a 5.5mm, I was able to get all 6 of the bolts. I haven't pulled them out of the front, but these are the 3 in the back. And now it looks like this coil pack. Oh, geez, it's 3 separate coil packs. Okay, I thought it was 1, but anyway, now these coil packs are at least loose. Alright, so this is what was under the 3 coil packs. So I'm just going to take some mass airflow cleaner. I'm sure it's not like sensitive circuitry or anything, so I'm sure you could use whatever kind of cleaner, but I'm just going to be on the safe side and use this stuff. Be ready to go back on when it's time to put it back together. Alright, so earlier I went through and loosened all the bolts on the top. There's like 5 on that side, 5 on that side or so. And I loosened the 2 bolts right here. Just want to document all of this. Okay, cool. I think I know which gasket that is actually. That gasket kit was pretty damn amazing. I'm gonna have to show you guys because it was really, really impressive. So I already loosened this. This was a 13 millimeter. It goes through the bracket, through the arm of the alternator, and it tightens into this bracket, which has a nut welded on it. That's this guy right here. It just goes right there like that. And I have the nut for that right here. This nut fell in there. So this bracket needs to come off, and I believe it is a 10 millimeter. It's kind of goofy back here behind all these electrical wires. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that has to move up out of the way. And then there's another one. Damn. But all this crap is in the way. Man, I need an extension. Okay. Oh, and that's even bigger. That must be like a 12 mil. Should have just grabbed that from the beginning. Alright, so this is what it is. It's the same kind of thing that went through here. It's a bolt with a nut with like a stud. So that is for the that goes into the alternator. And then the plastic deal that holds these two lines goes over this, and then this nut goes on. I'm going to put it on right now so I don't forget. Okay, now will this guy? Yeah, now this bracket just comes right out. What else would be holding it? Oh, this guy right here, huh? Okay, one last thing. That's probably another 13. And that is another one of those deals. And that just holds this wiring harness here. Okay, so that and this are the same. So the two farthest most bolts that hold this top intake on are these guys, and they're the same. I think there's some vacuum hoses. Yeah. Huh, I guess that's it. If we loosen this bolt, that come on, baby. Okay, cool. That's awesome. That's all we needed. Okay, we just needed that to get out of the way a little. Now I think we can get the valve cover off. I can't remember how many bolts it is, but damn, is that not going farther? I might have to get an open-end wrench. What is this? 5/16? Yeah. Like, I'm gonna find that. $7/16. Maybe I can finagle it in there. There we go. Now can I get it out? Nope. Okay, got it out. And I can get it by hand. Very nice. Alright, so I got the 4 bolts loose on the valve cover back here, and it seems to be loose. I'm looking at all these injector wires, and there's 6 plugs, and they're literally right under the fuel rails where they're not accessible. So I think if you follow this back to here, I think this is going to need to get disconnected back here. And that is all new. Looks like 2 plugs. Okay. Alright guys, so I think we're getting pretty close. So I know there's that bolt right there. There's also one right there on the other side of the V. And then I believe there's 4 on top. Let's see if I can get my knee up here. Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we've got the tough ones. There's 1 right there. That one's going to be a bitch to get to because it's behind, if you can see it, it's not going to be easy to get to. And then likewise, there is another one right there. So that is 8 altogether. Alright, let's see if I can get to these 2. There's one here. That one's pretty loose. So let me try this guy right there. There we go. Okay. So this one's loose, that one's loose. Let me keep going down the aisle. Okay, so those 4 are loose. So it looks like I can't raise this up because the pulley's hitting this stupid guard. So I'm going to try to, I'm hoping there's 1 bolt holding this whole guard on. I think there might be. Wow, wouldn't that be lucky? Of course not. I think with that lifted up, I should be able to get this in there. So I went and got this. It's actually quite a bit smaller of a diameter around it. And that little bit makes a difference sometimes. Okay, I got those 2 out. Let's see about these 2 now. I would stick the socket on it, but it bumps into that fuel rail. Well, okay. Nice. Oh wow, so those gaskets go underneath the freaking push rod. Unbelievable. Tell me you don't have to take those out. Oh my god. No. Means you'd have to loosen all the rockers. No wonder it's an 8-hour job. I was thinking this is going pretty easy. Maybe not. Yeah, this gasket is totally different. It doesn't have any of these little prongs on it up here, or this. Well, I guess it does have that, but it doesn't have any of those little forks that hold the push rods. So I don't know. It was very weird. Figured out where our leak was coming from. Right there. Anyway, this is going to be fun. All the gasket stuff is behind the damn push rods. I haven't watched a video the whole time I've done this project, but I watched a couple last night because I'm finally at this point. And I may end up removing this when I put the... It didn't want to come off with the intake on there because the pulley was hitting. So I may end up, I don't know, undoing the lines and completely removing it when it goes to putting it back on. The videos that I watched, oh man, one guy just, because you have to remove these push rods, you have to loosen the rockers enough to get the push rods out of the way to get the old gasket out and the new one in. Well, that makes me question, when you put it back together, you know, these are your, what push on your valves, but apparently this car, you can't adjust the valves. So, the first guy I watched, he just put them back in place and kind of zipped them down with an air ratchet and then gave it like one elbow click on each one. But the other guy, oh my god, he got each cylinder to top dead center and then got it to 7.4 foot-pounds and then went an extra 30 degrees or something like that. I'm not going to do all that crap. He was also like replacing the O-rings on all the fuel injectors, and I guess there's an O-ring down. This is where the old distributor would go on the older engines, but now it's electronic ignition, so this is distributorless. But inside here, there's an O-ring. I just went the easy route and removed. I unplugged these because you can't even unplug the. You see the fuel rails are right on top of all the injectors, and it's sequential injection, so you don't want to get those messed up. But anyways, I don't think they gave us enough O-rings to redo all that anyways, but we're not going to go through and open all that up and potentially introduce a leak somewhere. So anyways, I guess I'm doing it a little different, but we're just trying to get our leak fixed, which was right down here. This gasket opened up, and on the new ones, I think you just put RTV or something across there because the new gasket only goes across here. But anyways, what I'd like to do is take a torque wrench. I just tried my inch-pound wrench and maxed it out, and they still weren't coming loose. But I'd like to take these 10mm bolts on the rockers and see what torque they break loose at, and that way I'll have an idea when I go to torque them back down. I'd like to see if they break loose at the same torque for ones that have tension on them with the valves closed or open. You know, see if the torque, the break loose torque, is the same on valves that are open versus closed. And if it is, then when I torque them back down, I'll just torque them to that torque spec or whatever. But so that's what I'm going to try to do right now.